Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
I'm leaving that.
After you yelled at me
I didn't yell.
for putting my phone down too loud, yours goes off in the middle of our song.
Well, you put the phone down while we're recording, and you made this noise.
Yeah, but
Like you were putting down a brick. Yeah, how was I supposed to know that I was playing the theme song off my phone, and I get an alert from Black Helmet Society or something.
For shame.
Look, they're offering me, hold on.
For shame.
Black Helmet Parrot. I can get 50% off.
For shame.
That's where I got my hat from.
For shame.
Whatever. All right. Well, hi everyone. Welcome to Poe's Grumpy Corner.
This is not yet. Okay, that's good. That could be an included special segment later. Okay?
It will be. All right. So we're on episode 7.
Woo! Episode 7.
I'm extremely tired, and I don't feel well. So we're going to see how this goes. I just poured myself a Monster, so I will...
At 8 o'clock at night, so he's probably going to be up till like 4 in the morning.
Yes, so... especially you, Dante, if I send you some messages, it's just because I ain't going to sleep. You'll probably be asleep. But...
I'll definitely be asleep.
I'll be awake for forever editing this and then going down my delve of YouTube shows since I've finished my other shows, which I'll talk about later. All right, how do you want to open it this week? It's just me and Poe. We ain't got no special guests unless the dogs start barking.
Just me and you together.
It's funny. So we'll start. This is going to be so chaotic with show. We're just going to be going off every kind of tangent.
Sounds good.
I had a tangent to go off of, and I forgot what it was.
I don't.
That's how great this is going to be.
Oh yes. Why don't you? Okay, so
What?
let's start off the way we normally start off instead of
The whole list, the whole thing we got is things that happened this week.
Yeah, but we'll just start at the way. So what did you do this week?
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm asking you first.
Oh,
That's how crazy this episode is.
That's all I meant by this is a crazy episode. You're just going to ask the first question, and we're just going to go like that.
There you go. See?
Yours is shorter. So we're going to start with you because yours is shorter. Because I don't even know what you did. I don't know. I was at work all week because I'm working nights.
I helped throw a party, which was fun.
Okay, what kind of party?
It's a bridal shower.
Ooh.
It was small because, COVID, but it was really nice. I cook way too much. I know I cook too much food.
Yes,
but
always.
I can't stop. I don't feel bad about it either. Like, I feel like I'm supposed to feel bad for making too much food for parties, but I never do. It's just ingrained in me.
Okay.
Because I come from a mother that believes that too much food is a good thing.
I feel like all the stories that you hear from most people are like, at least the olden days, they always cook too much.
Yeah.
My mom did the same thing. I don't know. Other people, I guess, did the same. I don't know.
Better to have too much than too little.
I guess, but okay. This is the problem I have with it. Everything you cook is delicious, but the problem is, I like leftovers, and you make enough for leftovers for like 3 years. The problem is, no, that's not the problem. The problem is you make so many leftovers, but then before the leftovers are done, you make another meal and sometimes make 2 meals. So we have leftovers, and then we end up throwing away leftovers instead of just going through and eating them.
I know. I try really hard not to do that.
So we should just eat all the leftovers.
True. Okay, you're right. I mean, I try really hard not to do that, but then I get bored.
of just eating the same thing.
Of eating the same thing, exactly. Like I need something else. After 3 days of the same meal, I get tired.
Okay. Well, I don't know what to tell you about that. Make less food, or let's just eat a lot more of it.
Okay. Well, we'll figure something out.
Okay.
So I did that. We started watching Lucifer. The new season was that.
Did
this
we talk
week?
about that?
We might have talked about that
I think
last
we did.
week. Yeah, we started with the first episode.
We haven't watched anything else.
We haven't watched it since because
like I said, I'm working nights, so it's hard to keep up with anything.
yeah, we don't watch. I don't watch the shows that you want to watch with me when you're not home. So
Right, and I do want to watch the show. That's the problem. I don't like. I would let you watch it because I don't care that much about it. But the problem is, if I don't watch it with you, I'm not going to watch it, and I have this like a 45% interest in the show.
yeah, so like if I don't watch it with you, you won't watch it, and I get it. I'm fine with it. When you're not home, the only thing I do is rewatch old shows.
Well, you do that all the time anyway.
I do that all the time anyway, but like when you're not home and I can't figure out what I want to watch, I just rewatch old shows like Parks and Rec right now, or I watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Okay.
Those are really the only two things that I watch when you're not home.
Yeah, we're backlogged on a lot of things because you were just brought up America's Got Talent and another show that we don't know if you're going to watch. We're going to watch again, but you want to, so we'll watch it. And then, I don't know. I don't know what else. What else do we...
Backlogged? Lucifer.
Lucifer and
America's Got Talent.
AGT.
And that's it. Like,
There's
we're not
nothing.
really backlogged on anything else at the moment.
I feel... I don't know. We just watched the new episode. What is it? Sunday.
It's Sunday.
But we just watched the new episode that aired Friday of The Boys of season 2.
And his dog is in it. I love it.
Spoiler. Even though it was on all the trailers.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't read the comic book. I want to, and I've hinted a million times that you should just buy me all 6 omnibuses of it
Yes.
or volumes.
Yes, you have.
And they're like $25, but they're all sold out now. When I looked, they were fine, but unless you got me one of those sold out ones.
No, I didn't.
Of course. Anyway, yeah. So, what was I going on? What was I saying about this?
The last episode of The Boys that we watched.
Yeah, the dog. So I never
Yes.
watched the show. I never read the book, but I saw like them talking. I watched a bunch of Comic-Con videos and questions and all with audiences on YouTube, and they were talking about the dog. So I always thought it was because he says Tara, but he's got that Kiwi.
Australian.
No, he's New Zealand. He's from New Zealand.
New Zealand.
But
yeah.
he's got Cockney. Like it's like a Cockney Kiwi. That's what he is. He's a Cockney Kiwi because he's got that he's got the English accent going on.
He does. He does.
But he says the dog's name's Terror, but he says Tara.
Yes, because of the accent.
So I'm just gonna keep calling the male dog Tara because it sounds better to me.
I mean, whatever you want to do, but dog's name is Terror.
No animals were harmed in this episode.
That's always a plus.
People were.
People were not as upset about people as I am about animals.
Okay.
in TV shows. I think that's just a desensitization that was caused by like violent movies. Like I think violent movies have made me like not as upset when people die in movies versus animals because
It's all over the place in movies with animals.
yeah, but it's much more rare with animals.
People care more about animals.
People
That's why when you see
Yeah.
an animal die in a show, you're more upset about it.
I think it's the innocence factor. It's like people get upset because animals are innocent beings, just like children. I think if you witness like children dying in shows or movies, that also is a much more traumatic experience than like adults dying.
I don't know. It's just animals for me.
It is just animals for you, but I think
I don't watch too many shows where a kid dies.
exactly. I don't think that's a common thing because I think it's a very traumatic thing for people. I don't think that people would like the show if a kid people
I don't know.
would be adversely affected.
The kid didn't die in this, but I hated the one movie, Due Date, until Robert Downey Jr. punched that kid.
That's because that kid was an older kid and he was being a butthead.
Oh, we're we're going to edit this one, Butthead. He was being a meanie poo poo pants. But yeah, after that scene, I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, because that kid got what he deserved because he was being a butthead.
Okay. So what else this week? Someone moved on. You want to talk about that?
Oh, I don't want to talk about that. It's still an open wound.
Okay, so we won't talk about that. We're going. What? No. Yes.
I just want to say,
we're going to enter Poe's sad corner.
this is my sad corner. I just want to take a moment to remember Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who is an amazing woman who led a tumultuous life that helped so many people and helped so many women and did amazing, amazing things up until her very last days. And I just hope that she may her life be a blessing to us. And I'm saddened. It's just so sad because she was just such a good she just did so much.
Right.
Just like historically did so much. And it's just sad.
Okay. Well, you're the historian on her. You know.
Yeah.
She's your favorite.
She is. She's
So
one of my favorite historical figures in history and lived in my time, and it's amazing. And I hope that her legacy holds up.
would you like a bust of her? They got a Kickstarter.
It's very tempting.
There's a Kickstarter going on right now where they're making busts of people in history, and she's one of them.
It's extremely tempting. If
got-
I was ever to get a bust,
You only got a couple days.
if I was ever to get a bust, it would be Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Would it be a venomized version of Ruth Bader Ginsburg?
No,
Okay.
it would
Just
not.
throwing that option out there because that would be pretty kick-ass.
No, it would not.
That would be
just-
pretty kick-ass. Look, having her just like attacking all the people who like go against her, like just ripping through Congress and all, that would be an awesome
Listen,
scene.
Not yet. Not yet. But a bust of RBG might. If I was ever to get a bust, she would definitely be one of my top candidates for it.
Okay. I'm still burping up dinner.
That's gross.
Had what was it? Chicken sausage.
Yeah, garlic chicken sausage.
It went down great. It's not coming up good, and Monster makes me burp. So this is going to be if only y'all could smell this.
It would be gross.
It'd be great.
Okay, so that was my week. How was your?
That's it.
week?
Okay. Well, this is going to be a me heavy episode because I got a lot of stuff that happened this week.
I mean,
What?
what else did I do?
I don't know. You chime in at any point.
Yeah, if I remember something else, I'll let you know. But yeah, go ahead.
So I would this episode is dedicated to a very special woman in my life. She's not going to listen to this, but she said if I mention, she knows I have a podcast, and this coworker of mine wanted me to talk about her on this podcast. So I'll have to tell her to listen to whatever timestamp this is. So I have my very special friend at work, Kathy. She offered me a soft pretzel.
Aw,
Now,
that's
this
sweet.
isn't any kind of story that I'm going into. She offered me a soft pretzel, and then she wanted me to talk about it on the podcast of her offering me a pretzel. Now, I don't know if this fucking thing was poisoned or what, but knowing her, it probably was. But I don't like soft pretzels normally.
No, you don't.
I like the Wawa. They have to have cheese.
They
This didn't
have to have cheese, or they have to be the cinnamon pretzels at Annie Ann's.
Yes. But I like it was the Pretzel Factory. I like the Pretzel Factory small ones with the cheese thing. Mm-hmm. But then again, I just eat the cheese.
You
I
don't
the
eat the
cheese
pretzel
more than-
for the pretzel factor.
I just eat the
You
pretzel
eat
for
the
cheese.
Yeah.
I just stick my tongue in there and eat all the cheese if it was my own. But I think that's a faux pas. If like you have a nice presentation of pretzels, and you got me with my like venom tongue just going in there and licking it all out.
Yeah, that's might be it's
But-
frowned upon in society.
Yeah, that's called double dipping, right?
No, that's not called double. That's straight up you putting your saliva and tongue into a dip. There's no word for that. That's just gross.
Okay. Well, anyway, we had a conversation. She offered it to me. I declined because I don't want it. She didn't know why. She looked at me like I was something was wrong with me, but clearly it is. And then we had a conversation about how I like the cheese. She likes the glaze icing. What is it?
It's just sugar icing. The glaze, the plain white icing stuff.
But yeah, so that. And we had that conversation. She wanted me to talk about that, I guess. So we did. That's checked off. And she said if I talk about it, it'll be on the podcast. So the I didn't come up with the name of the episode yet, but it'll involve her just so she doesn't listen. She also
good for Katie.
Kathy.
Her name's not actually Kathy.
She told me to call her Kathy.
Did she?
Yes. She was very drunk, and she was like, "You know what? You can call me Kathy because no one else calls me Kathy, and I don't normally like it. But if someone calls me Kathy, I know it's you."
Oh, okay. So
every time I call her Kathy, that's why she.
I will continue to call her Kate. But
that's fine.
You can call her
keep
Kathy.
calling her Kathy.
Okay.
And then she also was like, she got real excited. She came up to me. She's like, grabbed my arm, and she's like, "Guess what? I saved $1,500 on my auto insurance." And I just, without a breath, I was like, "Geico?" And she's like, "How'd you know?" And she was like, completely serious.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah, I wish. Yeah. So she was completely serious about that. So yeah, she saved $1,500 a year by switching to Geico.
Good for her.
She switched from Erie or something.
Erie, yeah, my parents have Erie.
Yeah, I don't know. We have Liberty Mutual.
Liberty
so
Mutual,
we
yes.
have it bundled, and ours is cheap as
Ours
shit.
is cheap because we bundled so many things.
Yeah, but we had like 3 cars, a house.
Yeah,
and it's still cheap.
Yeah, I think it's not. Don't we have we have something else on there too? I don't know that. No, just the house. Well, the house and the 3 cars is still pretty good.
I sold the car. We got 2 cars now, but it's still cheap.
Yeah. No, our insurance is cheap.
Okay. What else? This week, I meant to talk about this last week, and I meant to talk with Marshall here, but so with Raised by Wolves, I talked about how I watched it before.
Mm-hmm.
I watched another episode, and it didn't get better. I don't know if anyone else watches this, who listens to this, or who watches the show, but if they can explain to me why I should keep watching this.
Is it the show that's on
It's the HBO Max one, where it's like this android thing taking care of kids or whatever. But when I'm watching it, all I'm thinking about is, do you remember the show Earth 2?
Yes.
You do?
I do.
Where it's like settlers land on this forbidden planet.
Yes, I do remember it. I didn't watch it, but I do remember like the promos and everything.
I love that show. And now it's just the same thing with, I think, like almost like the 100, but
yeah,
not
I was
quite.
going to say that because when you watch you liked the 100, I remember. You kind of liked it.
I liked it at first. Then I lost interest.
The reason that you liked it at first was because you said
Earth
it was
2.
like Earth 2, yeah.
This is almost exact. The storyline has changed, but it's basically Earth 2. They crash on this planet. Now these things... What?
Is that you?
I didn't know. That's not me. That's one of the dog farts. It's probably Puck. Give me this look. I'm like, what? She just gives me this look like something bad happened. I don't smell it. Puck's sniffing. So I don't know. He's like, is that my own... It woke him up, so that's probably Cinder. He's still sniffing. So yeah, that's something. You might want to check on that. Maybe she like took a shit. And, all right, we're going to pause this because the dog might have just shit in our basement.
Table.
All right, and we're back. So, of course, in the magical world of podcasting, it was only a second, but it was probably about a half hour, maybe even longer.
Mm-hmm.
So, what happened was, as you remember from a second ago, we smelled something, woke up Puck from his nap. She thought I farted. I didn't smell anything. Turns out Cinder went behind the couch right behind Poe and just diarrheaed all over the basement floor. And she cleaned it up.
I did, and I almost threw up.
I offered to help. I didn't smell. I still don't really smell. I said
you offered to help me after I already almost threw up.
Yeah, because you're cleaning and you go, "Bleh," and you hold your mouth like you threw up inside of it. And I was
didn't.
like, shit, did she really just puke in her mouth?
Almost.
So, me being the good
That's
husband,
not a pleasant smell.
she was like, hands me the bag of all the stuff, of all the diarrhea rags and all. And I'm going to take it out back. And I was like, we let the dogs out after we found out. So the dogs are out for a while. And then I go out and I'm like, dogs, come with me again, just in case you have a little something left. So I'm carrying the bag through the backyard. I'm like, let me turn on the light. I'm in flip-flops. If I step in some dog diarrhea, I'm going to be upset. So I turn my flashlight on my phone, and I'm like, okay, there's a piece of trash. So, because we live on the end property, trash blows in, and then we have people who just throw trash in our yard. So that's fine. So I'm like, all right, we got a little piece of paper. I'll pick that up later. And then I'm like, oh, we got more paper. And I'm like, that's not paper. We got something in our yard. Right by my feet. I shine the camera, and we have what I thought was a dead opossum. And it's opossum because possums are in Europe. They're a different animal completely. But whatever.
Okay.
The opossum baby, not a baby, but a young one, thought was dead. Looked at it. Well, first of all, I ran back into the house, let the dogs in because I don't need them getting bit or biting them or whatever. I'm more concerned about the possum at this time. But yeah, so let the dogs in, came back out, told Poe that we might have a dead opossum, dead opossum in the yard, and then go back, kneel down by him. His ears twitching, so I'm like, all right, so he's all right. He's probably feigning, but he might be injured. He has one of the dogs sniffed him because his fur was wet, like a dog nose imprint on his fur. Okay. So one of the dogs tapped him. It was probably Puck, because you know how he taps something with his nose.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, what? Immediately in my head, I'm thinking, well, fuck, we got a new pet. I've always wanted one.
Yes, you have.
And I love them things. So I was like, all right, Poe, go upstairs. I have gloves that go all the way up to my sleeve. They're bite resistant, I guess, because I love wild animals, and I'll grab anyone at any point in time. So I got these gloves so I don't get really bit. Grab them, put them on, pick the little guy up. He's pooping in my hand, which is a good or bad sign. It could go either way, but his back paws weren't really moving. So I was like, all right, took him on the porch. I'm sitting with him in my lap. She brings down some cat food. He doesn't want to eat it. He's wrapping his tail around my finger, which was always
so
adorable.
Cute.
And I keep hearing things in the brush. Like, I know we're being watched. And I'm like, I want to make sure he's all right before I let him go. So if we have to take him to one of the
VSEC, like an emergency vet.
Nah, I have that place that's like 45-minute drive away that I took that bird.
Oh, the bird, yeah, the wildlife rescue.
When we lived in an apartment, there was a bird that had a broken wing. And I drove 45 minutes to drop it off at this sanctuary kind of thing. And I told other people, I'm like, it's a bird. Like, it was a robin or something. I don't even remember what kind of bird. It was a robin.
It was a robin.
And they were like, it's a bird. I'm like, yeah, it's a bird. It's injured. We need to take care of that sumbitch. It's just going to die. So, did that. Anyway, out there with the opossum and keep hearing things. I'm like, all right, I think Mom's probably going to attack me at some point. So, keep an eye on there. Because I got these gloves on. I'll be protected. But I don't want to hurt anything. So, I'm petting it, reassuring it. It's opening its mouth with its goofy-looking face. Adorable, goofy-looking face. And then I go to stand up to put it in the brush because you brought down cat food. So we left the cat food in the yard so they can eat it because we don't care if they come. We might have some stray cats coming to our yard now.
Yeah, that's
I
definitely
didn't think about that.
That's definitely a possibility.
The opossums are going to eat it. I guarantee it.
I'm like, we're going to start feeding stray cats at this point.
No, just opossums. And so I go to stand up, and I guess I moved too quickly, and the thing just like jumped up and starts clawing up my arm. And I'm where the glove wasn't. Like, he's climbing up my bicep area. So I just let him jump down, and he runs into the bushes.
And he's gone now.
And then I left the cat food out there. God, I wanted to keep that motherfucker.
No. It's okay. We'll be okay.
The dogs didn't mind him. They went out there. They sniffed them, evidently.
Definitely.
But yeah, and she posted it on her Snapchat. I'm getting text messages. Like, did you keep them? Did you keep them? No, sadly, we did
No.
not. But whoever asked that question does not listen to this, even though she's supposedly my best friend. So I think she listened to like half an episode.
Listen,
After
she had a hard time figuring it out.
I sent her, okay. So she wanted to listen to it. She doesn't know how to listen to it. So I was just like, here's a link. You have an iPhone. Here's a link to Apple Podcasts. All you have to do in the text message is put your finger down on the link, and it will automatically play. Evidently, that was too difficult for her.
Listen, leave her alone. She does her best.
Well, her best is crap.
Wow.
If you can't just press it on your phone,
Move on.
what you're doing motions and all, but that's not coming
leave-
across on a podcast.
Leave her alone.
Look, you had Poe's sad corner. You're gonna have Poe's grumpy corner. Let me have my trash corner. All right.
All right. You
all right?
just trash people.
Yes, I just talk shit on everybody. So, if you have anybody who you want them to be talked shit about on a podcast, just send me an email, find me on Instagram or anything, and I will tell the world.
Somebody else's trash.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a service.
I don't appreciate the service.
So, speaking of that, before I got for your birthday, I got you cameos. Which, if you don't know what a cameo is, for the right person, it's the best thing. It could be the best thing in the world. So, it's where you pay a celebrity to say between like a minute and up to 5 minutes. It's their discretion. They have a set price, and they say anything you want them to say. Well, some of these people, you can pay a celebrity to break up. And here's the thing. Not you. Say I was dating someone, and they broke up with me with, like, I don't know, Timothy Oliphant or Walton Goggins or anybody I like.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban. Yes. That would be, like, please. Like, it would be sad. And I wouldn't be angry.
It would
because you got Carl Urban.
It would definitely
to break up with
cushion
me.
the blow.
Oh, it would be, like, that would be the best. So, what I'm saying is, anyone out there, if you're having a rough time with your significant other, now this isn't going to work for marriage. If you're dating someone that you don't like, go on Cameo, find one of the celebrities that your significant other really likes, pay whatever fee it costs, because in the end, it's going to save you a lot of time and money and a hassle, and just pay them to break up with your loved one. Well, I'm guessing it's not a loved one if you're breaking up with them, but do it. And if you do, send me the story, because I want to know about it.
Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. If you can share that with me, that'd be great. If I ever became a celebrity, I would want to do that for everybody.
Would be some people's breakup message.
Break up. I can fire people for them. Look, I don't even have to get paid for this shit. I will do it for free. Like, I keep offering my services to tell other people how bad they suck in life. But
yes,
I get
there's a
I get
reason
filtered.
there's a reason nobody takes you up on those
No.
offers.
Plenty of people would like it. There's only one person standing in my way from allowing me to do it. I don't know who that is.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
But it's probably you.
No such things. Lies and falsities.
Falsivities. So, that was our evening. I did not get an opossum as a pet.
No.
That'll have to wait, because evidently they're illegal. But I got to figure out how to I've worked with wild animals my whole life. But in PA in Philadelphia, you have to work for 2 years with that animal to get the license to own one. I know more about animals than most of the people at these places.
I understand that, but
Like, just give me an animal, and give me an hour with them, and I'll demonstrate to you that I can take care of this animal, and I know everything about it, or to an extent.
Listen, I understand, but they have to have some ground
Look,
rules.
I just picked up a young opossum in the backyard, and I checked for broken limbs. I checked its mouth to see if it was fine. I checked everything, its eyes, its ears. Give me a damn license to have one of these things. I want that, a raccoon, a skunk. What? Like, you're giving me a look.
Listen,
Do you want them too?
I do like
You just don't want me to have a bird.
opossums, and I do like raccoons, and I do like skunks. I will admit that. But
And most people are scared of all of them. But first of all, opossums I like rats, and they're just like a giant rat.
mm-hmm.
They're fluffy, but they got that face that looks like the Beetlejuice characters.
yeah,
once
like when they
their
stretch their
faces.
faces out. Yep.
But they're fucking adorable. Raccoons, I used to go out in the woods and just pick them up without gloves or anything.
I
They're
love
just
trash
so
pandas.
Fucking,
They are.
They're adorable, and they're so soft. That guy out there they're just soft. And opossums eat ticks. They
do.
don't carry rabies.
They don't carry rabies.
Raccoons, they wash their food, so they're cleaner than a lot of people I know. And what was it? Skunks. Skunks, their walk. Oh, I love them.
It's the little skunk
Like
butt.
it's like all four legs are broken, and they're just like humping along. When I was one of my ex-girlfriends, we were going to meet a friend, and I saw I don't know what they're a herd, a pack of skunk. What? No, what is the thing for skunk? Wasn't it on like Good Mythical Morning at some point where they said it's like
I don't remember.
a gas of skunk or a stink of I don't know. It would just be a stink of skunk.
A stink
of skunk. We'll go with that.
Stink of skunk.
Now, mind you, they're all wild, but there was an albino in there, and they are just magnificent. So, of course, what did I do? I stopped the car. My girlfriend at the time sitting in the passenger seat. I just run up to him and lay on the ground. What is it?
A surfeit of skunks.
That's stupid. A stink of skunks. That's what it is.
It's called a surfeit of skunks.
A stink of skunk.
Okay. A stink of skunks.
But, yeah, I ran up to him, and I'm just laying on the ground. And they paid me no mind. One of them came up to me, and, like, face to face, and then just walked away. I didn't get sprayed, nothing.
Well, we've had other beings in this house get sprayed.
Yeah, because they're beings. They were our dogs. Don't say it like it was a person.
Our dogs got sprayed.
And who bathed them 18 times?
You did, and I was very
I
grateful.
smelled that. That was the worst. I don't mind the skunk smell at all. But whatever they were covered in it wasn't the normal skunk smell. It was very chemical.
It was very.
So it was whatever skunk they ran into was brewing something special, and that was not good. Not good whatsoever.
That's a fun fact.
What?
Guess what a group of giraffes is called?
What? Jeff?
No.
I was just going by Toys R Us.
I know you were.
What?
A tower?
That makes sense.
It's a tower of giraffes.
That makes sense. This is welcome to Poe's Learning Corner.
Fun fact of the day: a group of giraffes is called a tower.
You know what? You know what would probably be more popular than our podcast right now? If I started a useless animal fact podcast.
Oh my god, it would be so popular
because I know so much stupid shit that no one needs to know.
You absolutely do.
And people would actually listen to it. Probably.
I'm sure.
I mean, we got listeners. No offense to the people listening, because I was going to bring this up at the end, but we average about 26 downloads. So I know some are probably like double downloads maybe, or us. I only download once to just check it. But let's say we have about like 23 listeners out there, and they're all over the place. So I know I say this every time. I just want to thank every single one of you, and I will do it personally. Any one of you, if you want me to break up with your significant other, I will gladly do it. If you want me to tell your boss you quit,
volunteering your services.
Now 23 people or whatever. It's not bringing in money. It's not bringing anything else. But the fact that they're going to listen to this, and they actually listen to it each
Each
goddamn
each week.
episode. I'm grateful because you guys are awesome, and I don't know why you're listening to us. But
Very grateful.
if any of you guys have questions, you want to send something in, not send like an email in or something. It's shadedcornermedia@gmail, and then you can find it's just DunkleX9 on Instagram. But I'll post all that in the information thing, whatever it's called.
The info for the episode, yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's called. I'm new to this shit. I don't know what any of this lingo is. But yeah, would love to hear from you because first of all, I would love to know who the fuck you are. That's what I want to know. Since I don't even post it in the sites, the Facebook groups, because I got a talking to by not talk to. Passive aggressive stuff.
You got
And I only
passive-aggressive
assumed that it
talking
was pointed to me. But hey, man, it's not my group. I'm not a group player usually. We all know that. I want to let it go. Hey, you guys want to play a certain way? That's fine. I don't think I made many friends from it.
That's okay. You've never been good with the group thing.
No. I don't know if we've ever talked about that, but that's for another time anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we were talking about before all this fun happened. First of all, also when we first started, like I said, this is going to be completely all over the place because now this monster is kicking in, and I'm good to go. I might go for a run after this.
Oh, jeez.
And I forgot my church. Oh, bless you. I don't know if that was on the air, but she sneezed.
Thank you.
And so I didn't feel good at all today. I did the rotors and the brakes for your car.
Yes, you did.
Which for some reason the back rotors, I don't know if anyone out there works on cars, but it's cheaper to do it yourself. But it's a pain in the ass, especially when the people at the dealership or wherever you take your car to get service tighten the fucking lug nuts too much. It's supposed to be like 35 pounds of pressure, not 180. Like, I wore myself out doing it. I need to just get a breaker bar, one lug tube that goes on the end of it, and you can just pop it. But the rear rotors are horrible to get off. Always.
You always have trouble with the rear rotors.
And it's not... It's something about it. It's not like they're stuck on because the parking brake inside and everything, but it always gives me trouble. But I was out there for a while because they gave us... I ordered it off Amazon, and I made sure all the parts fit. But evidently they sent me the wrong rotors for the front. So I got them on, and then I couldn't get the calipers or anything else on. And I was like, well, fuck me. But it's done. I'm going to send back the other rotors, get the new ones. But I got the rear rotors, rear brakes, front brakes done on your car. And it stops. And I didn't die when I took it for a test drive.
That's all that matters.
But anyway, so I was out there. And it wasn't a hot day. It was a beautiful day.
It was gorgeous outside today.
It's never a good day to work on your vehicle, in my opinion. I love working on vehicles. I like the end product. I like to say that I did that. But every time I work on a vehicle, it pisses me off.
You get mad and frustrated. And
I have a bad back. My knees hurt all the time. My back was so sore afterwards. And then I just wasn't feeling good. So I haven't been feeling good for most of the day. And I was like, you know what? I don't really... We had to record the podcast tonight because that's just how my schedule works. And I was like, we're going to do it. We're going to push through. But as soon as we came, and I kind of didn't want to do it, but it had to get done. Come down here, sitting down here. As soon as I put the headphones on and everything, I started feeling better.
Oh, good.
Like, this is the one, I've been thinking about that lately. For me, I go to work, I come home. I got something stuck in my eye. I go to work. I come home, and I do nothing at home. I'm tired when I come home from work. And my weekends, my first day, I'm usually doing something around the house, yard work, which I got to do tomorrow because the fence guys are installing next week. So I got to cut the grass I have to pop the fence out and take care of some of that stuff so it's not a mess when they come here. And then my second day, I'm usually up all night editing this, and then I relax, do laundry, that kind of stuff. So I don't do that much. I don't paint. I don't really. Every once in a while, I'll draw something but usually I've just been inspired to draw stuff for Bobby, even though I haven't yet to draw what he wants me to draw him. So if you listen, I'm sorry. I'll get to it eventually. But I'd rather draw you as Bobby's world. I thought that was cute. But yeah, like I'm just stuck in the motion of just working.
And we get that way sometimes.
I need to get out of it. But this has helped. Like
it's kind of it's a creative outlet,
and
it's good.
we did this. We mainly did this for you because you were in like a
I was in my COVID funk.
rut. Yeah, and I've always wanted to do a podcast for whatever reason. I want to try everything. That's my goal in life, to try a little bit of everything. But
skydiving?
No. I mean, I will. I need to shed some weight before I do that. But I would like to. I've always wanted a bungee jump.
I don't want a bungee jump.
I know
but I
that we've always had that conversation.
We have.
Like, they both have their pros and cons, but it's funny that I want I want a bungee jump, and you want to skydive, but we don't want to do the other one.
No.
I've always.
It is. It's weird. I mean, most people that are okay with bungee jumping are okay with skydiving.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know.
I can't do bungee jumping just because, like,
most people don't want to do bungee jumping. I've talked to a lot of people. And they don't want to. I guess
because more people die bungee jumping than they do skydiving.
So,
and
there's a high chance of you dying. You're jumping off of something one way or another.
Skydiving is. I feel like it would be an easier death too, because
I don't know. Some people. There have been stories of people who've survived from their chute not opening. I don't know if I want to be that person.
I don't want to be the person where my bungee cord breaks.
What, you're going to smack headfirst into a rock? You ain't coming back from that.
I'm sure people have. Not
probably.
in a good condition.
If you have, write in. We want to hear your story. But yeah, I've always wanted to bungee jump off a hot air balloon.
Why not just skydive then?
I've also always wanted. Okay. So, have we talked about my insane fears?
I know the balloon thing, but other than
have we talked about it on here?
I don't think we have.
Okay, so if I have, I have no fears really, except stupid ones. I'm not afraid. Clearly, I'm not afraid of any animal. Doesn't matter what animal.
No,
it is.
No spiders, no snakes, no nothing. No, none of that.
You be in the jungle and a tiger comes up. Like, it's going to eat me probably, but I'm not going to be scared of it. I'm going to be like, oh my God, that thing's adorable. Let me get a couple pictures before I get eaten. When I was young, I always thought I was going to be eaten by a jaguar. That's how I was going to die.
Eaten by a jaguar?
Yes, because I wanted to be in the animal realm. I wanted to do stuff. When I was young, I wanted to work with animals. Mm-hmm. So I had it in my head at the age of 27. This legitimate. At the age of 27, I was going to be in the jungle and I was going to get eaten by a jaguar, and I was fine with it.
Yeah, I could see you being all right with getting eaten by an animal.
I mean, they get food.
Yes,
and I get a good story.
You would think, well,
if there's an afterlife, I'll be telling you, yeah, that guy. Also, if you're in the afterlife and you're heavenly, because clearly I'm going to heaven. Body is the way that it died. I'm probably going to get sent to hell right away because that's like a horror thing. If like I have guts ripped out of me and all. I don't know how that works.
Feel like if there is an afterlife, you might get reconstituted.
I don't know. So again, if any of you have died and are listening to this, write in. I want to know.
I'm sure the letters are going to be pouring in for that one.
Yep. Just find me on Instagram or email. Anyway, don't know why what were we talking about?
I don't remember.
Anyway,
next.
We'll skip on. So there was a TV show that came out in 2013. I might have talked about it on here, but we all know I love Carl Urban. He's a national treasure of New Zealand.
I was going to say, not an American national treasure.
And my heart. We have to watch Dread. You never saw it, but we'll watch it.
No, I didn't.
But he was on a show in 2013 called Almost Human. I don't know the other guy's name, but he's in a lot of movies.
He is. He's in. I'll find it.
But he's a great actor, and them two together are amazing. Anyway, it's about a police department in the future, 2048, and they have not androids, whatever, working with them, and it's just it was on Fox, and it's just like a drama, police kind of thing, situation, and just like Firefly, they canceled it after like 13 episodes. I think Firefly got to 14, but we got to 13, so I'm upset about that, and they are not.
Yeah, it did
back.
not last. Michael Ealy.
Okay, that's him. I did not know that was his name, but he is a great actor, and I think he has blue eyes or something like that, doesn't he?
He does. He has.
He has a very striking features.
He's a good-looking man.
He is.
He's a good-looking man.
But so is Carl Urban.
Yes.
Even though you would rather watch him in The Boys with a beard and his accent.
The accent, just I do love the
I'll tell you.
accent. Do you know Michael Ealy was in Westworld?
Was he?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I know that. He's been what?
He's done a lot of other things, but Westworld was where I knew him from.
I'm sure he's the type of person that I'll pick out, so I'm pretty sure I saw him on it.
Mm-hmm.
If he was on the screen.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's great. They're both great. So got that. It was very hard to find that on DVD. But I found it, watched it, all 13 episodes in like a couple days. It had some good special features. It had some deleted scenes, unaired scenes. They didn't add much. Blooper take, didn't add much, but there was one bit that was funny. And then they have on the DVD, they have the Comic-Con from 2013, their panel. I haven't watched that yet. I've watched everything else. I'm going to save that for tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm excited about that because I like watching
You like panels and
that
stuff
kind
like
of
that,
stuff. So that was good. I was glad to finally find that. I had found it before, but it was through secondhand sellers on like Amazon and all. And I don't know if they're bootleg. I'd rather buy the original. I only buy bootlegs for things that are one, not produced anymore, and two, never produced. Because that's the things I buy like that. I prefer the physical media than the download stuff.
Yeah.
But I want to have that just when we get older or not older, we still watch cartoons, pop something in and watch it. If we have when we have a kid, pop it in, watch it. I just like, and I like displaying it.
You like physically having something. I get it.
Because why am I going to pay like $20 for a movie?
I feel like it's easier to pick a movie that way as well. Like when you physically have them in front of you
instead of scrolling
through like streaming services, it's easier to just stand in front of a DVD rack and go, I'm going to watch this one. You know, I agree. And I miss that. I miss the renting of it. I miss Blockbuster and all that stuff.
We used to go into FYE when we were first dating.
Yeah.
And first together, and we just go into like the clearance
$5 movie
all,
section,
and we just pick a movie.
Yeah.
We don't know anything about this movie, but it
No.
seemed interesting, and we'd pull out each one of us, and then we'd have like a movie night. And we'd
yeah,
watch them,
we used to
and
do that at
great.
Walmart too. Like we would just like shove our hands into those $5
and whatever
bins,
we grab,
and whatever we grabbed is what we watched.
We should do that again because the Walmart still has them.
Yeah, we should do that. I like doing that.
But most of the movies in there are horrible.
Garbage.
But
And like you'll have like 50 million of the same garbage movie in there.
yeah. But I did like going in the FYE.
That was always fun.
Back. Do you remember when it was The Wall?
Yes. It was when I first started going to the mall, it was the Wall.
Now, do you remember the special thing about The Wall?
No.
Okay. So you go to The Wall and you buy a CD because it was music. And I think I still have like a bag of it. I still like a shopping bag of it. I still remember like everything about it. Not that it's that important. But you go buy a CD and then it's guaranteed. Like if it gets scratched and it doesn't play, you bring that CD back and you get a new one.
It's probably why they went out of business.
Well, no, but FYE bought them. They turned into FYE, and they were like, "We ain't doing that shit no more."
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where I got the. I didn't get it. I borrowed it after the fact. Boys to Men, their album.
I remember. Now you won't know this because it was like a Philly thing, but there used to be Tower Records that was in like a basement at like a.
Everything around here is in a goddamn basement.
It was like
you go to your doctor's in the basement. You get a physical, it's
not
in a basement.
anymore.
You get your dentist, it's in a basement. Everything's in a goddamn basement around here. That shit's shady. When I first came up here, okay, I have shit teeth. All right, they're good now, but they were shit. And I came up here knowing damn well I had cavities and all. I went to this guy. His practice was in a basement. I was like, all right, strike one. I sit down. He's like, okay. I'm like, no cavities? He's like, you don't have a single cavity. I'm like, okay, you're lying, but I don't know where this is going. Like, I have no idea why you're lying to me. Like, later down the road, you're just going to give me all new teeth. So I was like, I'm going to go to a new dentist. And I've been going to the same dentist now for a while because he's great. And I paid for his yacht and everything. But I went in. I was like, yeah, this other dentist said I don't have a single cavity. And he started laughing. I was like, I knew something was fucked up with that. He was like, yeah, dude, your teeth. I went in there every Wednesday.
Yeah, I remember
for
you went for
over a year.
For like a good couple months. You were going to the dentist at least twice a month.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was a lot. You had a lot of dental work that needed to get done. But yeah, so the Tower Records, it wasn't like a basement of a house. It was like there was a store on top of it, and then you took the escalator down, and the record store was underneath records, but they sold like CDs and everything. And then there was like a furniture store up top. And I really liked that record, that CD store. That's where I bought my first CD, which was Backstreet Boys.
My first CD was Stunt, Bare Naked Ladies.
I lied. It was Spice Girls, Spice World. That was my first one.
I thought you had said at one point in time your first CD was
Spice World.
My first CD was Stunt by Bare Naked Ladies. I did not have a CD player. My first DVD I got as a gift was Scary Movie.
Ah.
I did not have a DVD player. So I have this thing of where I just buy media and I don't have anything to play it on.
Yeah, the first time you bought a record with me, you didn't have a record player. Then you bought a record player.
I didn't. No. I got my record player is my dad's.
Oh, okay. But we didn't.
And it's a nice, expensive.
We didn't have one.
We didn't have it.
We didn't have it. You bought.
No, we didn't.
You bought the record, and you're like, I need a record player, and then your dad was like, you can have my record player.
Yes, I was shopping around for one. That's right.
But you didn't have a record player.
That was the Bowie.
Yeah.
Album.
You bought the Bowie album, and you're like, I want to start buying records. And I'm like, okay. So you bought the record. We had no record player. You're like, then you told your dad, and your dad was like, you can have mine.
Well, yeah, he was getting rid of it. Well, not getting rid of it, but he didn't want to store it anymore because he's not using it.
Yeah, he wasn't using it. But
I got to find a place to set it up again because I was listening to records while working out down here. It was nice.
I like the Christmas records. I liked listening to those.
But speaking of movies and all, we want to we have like 800 DVDs.
There's so many,
if not more. And what we were talking about is we don't watch them all. Clearly, we don't care that much about every single one of them anymore. So what I want to do is take the ones we like, all the Disney movies, all the cartoons, all the TV shows that we love, and the movies that we watch regularly. Take them, put them upstairs on a little stand so we can always go through them. Mm-hmm. Everything else, pack them up by genre in order in like not bins, but specific boxes that don't get crowded, so it's just one layer, so we can store them away. If we're like, hey, I feel like watching a horror movie, I can come down here, go to the horror section, pull it out like a old card catalog thing, pull it out and be like, click, 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 that one.
Yeah, maybe like a cabinet instead of
something like that.
Bookshelves.
I'll figure it out. And that way I can use these bookshelves for more toys. Oh, yeah. It's not that I'm buying more toys. That's a lie. I am. But
yeah, I was going to say, I was like, don't you lie.
I'm buying more toys now than ever. And I'll talk about that later. But I have the garages full of my toys, and I talk about this every week. But I gotta get that.
You have
stuff
to
out.
go
I have to
sort
clean
through
them.
it. Yeah.
But they need to be displayed. All my Micro Machine play sets and all, they need to be displayed, and they look great on shelves. So I gotta get that done. But speaking, I got a figure in the mail today, and I usually order my Transformers through a certain supplier, and I've never had problems with them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't ship. They get their supply last, it seems. Everyone else has their supply, gets their toy, and I'm like, where the fuck is mine? I'm still waiting for one that other people have had for like months now. But I found this other one, Shozy Store or whatever, I think it's called, and I ordered their Beast version. Well, not theirs, but a company that usually makes Gundam made the Starscream into a bird. There's this Beast Former kind of thing. T-Beasts, I think they call them, where it's like these books where people just different artists design the Transformers we know as animals. Not Beast Wars, but they're like machine and beast kind of thing. Well, they made a bird out of Starscream, and the moment I saw it, I was like, I need this son of a bitch. And it's cheap too. It's only like $100. And my friends out there who aren't into collecting, they're like, $100 for a fucking toy? Look, I've spent much, much more than that on things. Got this thing in the mail. People have been shitting on it all over the place, talking about how the build's not great, everything about it. Took it out of the box. I look at the box. The box art is great. It's beautiful. Open it. Thing is magnificent. It is one of my favorite figures.
It's a nice figure.
And his wings, so when he's transformed in robot mode, you can hide every bird aspect. His bird wings fold into jet wings, which is character accurate, or you can fold his wings out to be bird wings. So he's got these, and that's what I'm doing. And he's massive. These wings, his
wingspan is
beautiful,
like a good 12 inches.
Nah, it's
more.
It's like 18.
Yeah.
And I got nowhere to store to display.
Nowhere to put it.
Right now, but I do have plans for it when I get more shelves. But right now, he's just on the podcast table, which is good. But also with that, he's got 300 or something. I didn't even count them, but there's a lot. There's like 300 stickers,
like
to
little
go on
detail stickers.
And when we say stickers, they're not actually like decal stickers. They're called water slide stickers, decals. And you have to cut them out, soak them in water, pick them up after the paper separated and everything, and gently put them on there.
No.
These things are so microscopic. And what the impressive thing about it is they're so small, but the font on them is written perfectly. Like, who has a damn printer that prints that small? Like, it makes my eyes hurt just trying to look at it.
Yeah, it made me seasick looking at it or trying to read it.
But I got to put these on there. He would look so cool with all those little things.
Listen, no, you don't. Because you're going to try to put them on there. You're going to get so frustrated.
I am. It's going to happen.
You're going to break it. You're going to break the figure.
I'm not going to break the figure.
You're going to break something.
Probably a wall.
Yeah.
With my fist.
Probably.
But the other thing is, you got all these stickers, right? And they're numbered. So when you get decal sheet, it'll say 1 through... This one says 1 through 58, but there's a lot of stickers that go with it. Some of them have 12 of the same sticker. So they're numbered. So that means there's a chart for where you put the number. Like, 1 goes here. You'd think that would be the right thing. You'd think that's how they would do it. It was numbered. There is no instruction on where to put these decals. So I was like, all right, this is a pain in the ass. Because someone's going to come over, like I was telling you earlier, someone's going to come over and be like, ha, 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 you're an idiot. You put
That's
that sticker.
exactly what's going to happen.
You put that sticker in the wrong spot.
Somebody's going to come
Clearly.
over, look at those tiny little decal stickers on there, and laugh at you.
They're going to be like,
You're
clearly,
so stupid.
clearly, you idiot. That
You're
sticker goes
so
over there.
Stupid. That sticker's not in the right place.
Then we'll have to punch them.
I can't even read it, but I know it's not the right place.
Exactly. And that's what I'm afraid of.
That's not gonna happen. Who is this mythical person you think that would pay attention to that
It's
crap?
going to be fucking Marshall.
Okay,
Because I'm talking about it right now.
Marshall. Yes, Marshall will
But
do
he's not
that.
allowed back in the house.
Yeah.
Because he insulted you
He's
last
on.
week.
He's on hiatus.
So anyway, I was like, you know what? I'll look at the box. Promotion art. They're going to have it on. I'm going to look at the front of the box, look at the back, look at the instruction book. Because they have the transformation and everything. I'm going to be able to tell where most of these stickers go. Not one fucking image
There's a reason.
has that on there.
Because nobody is willing to put it on.
It's so annoying. I'm going to pause it for a second. All right, so I think we were having some kind of recording issue. That's why I don't know if I'll adjust it back later in the post editing to see if anything's different. But I thought we were having some technical difficulties. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were talking about the stick.
Oh yeah, whatever. We'll skip that. That's fine. But yeah, the stickers are going to annoy me, but I'm going to do it. What else? We were talking about fall activities we wanted to do.
Yes. Pumpkin
Mainly,
patch.
this was you talking about what you
Pumpkin
wanted to
patch,
do because I'd be
apple
fine staying
picking.
here.
I want to do all the fall things. Yeah, I want to do all the fall things.
Okay.
So we should
So
do that.
all the fall things, which involves only 2 things.
No, it's not only 2 things. I also want to make sure I eat an apple cider donut. And
Which you can get at either one of those.
I want to. There's other fall things I want to do. I just can't remember at the moment.
Okay. Anyway, so I was driving by Wells Fargo Center, and I saw them putting them having the dinosaurs up because there's this drive-through dinosaur thing. Mm-hmm. I love dinosaurs. I've always loved dinosaurs. I don't know your opinion on dinosaurs. I think
like
you're
dinosaurs.
Just fine with them.
I'm not obsessive about it in any sort of way, but I like dinosaurs.
But we were driving through I was driving past it, and there was these huge, I don't know if they're life-size because I was far away, but these huge dinosaurs. So we wanted to go see it. And it's a drive-through where it's like, since everything's closed for COVID and whatnot, you drive through and there's an audio thing you download, and you can play it while you're driving through. But we looked at it, and it was closed, ending, and I was working for the last couple of days. But they extended it through the 27th, I think. So maybe on one of my next days off, we can do that. But you gotta pay for it in advance, and there's times and slots
yeah.
and everything. So that might be interesting to do. I think Marshall actually went or is going. So we can hear what he has to say about it. I got this weird email, and I looked it up, and other people get this weird email. It's a podcast email. It's this company called Audrey, Audry, and I don't know what it is. It says it's free, and they pre-fill out a form for you, which is just like your podcast RSS field and everything, and you join, and it's like a community where I didn't read too much into it, but it's a community where you can share ideas and also find people to work with. So I don't know if I'm going to check that out because I don't need to really...
I mean, I would look into it.
I don't really need to work with anybody else.
Other than me.
Well, yeah, we already have our thing. So I'm intrigued by it. But that also ties me into what we talked about last week with that Forever Social thing. I did more research.
Okay.
So if you didn't listen last week... I got this advertisement on Facebook for the Forever Social, where they will, through an AI and everything else, will run your social network, your social pages after you die to like, comment, share things, send messages, all kinds of crazy shit. Did a little more research today, and turns out it's a marketing ploy. There's no such thing as this. You want to know what it is? It's a fucking podcast. It's a podcast it's like a thriller podcast. Like it's not like a talking podcast.
Oh,
it's like the old TV,
it's a
the old radio
story.
shows.
It's
yeah,
a
it's a
story.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes
that's
a
what it
lot
is.
more sense than it being a real thing.
Well, I'm kind of glad because we were talking about it
We
like
were
it was
so
legitimate.
creeped out.
But here's the thing, like it's an interesting marketing idea, but most people who read it are like, this is some fucked up shit.
Yeah.
And then don't go any further.
Yeah,
Like, there's
it's not
nothing
a
to
great,
grab their interest.
I actually think that the marketing for that is very like poor because
it's interesting.
because people think it's real and
It's a different
I think
way of
they
approaching
might
it.
believe that people like nobody would think this was real, but in reality,
I believed it was
seems-
real, and I thought it
would
was fucking
100%
weird.
think it was real, exactly, and I thought it was very, very weird.
Creepy.
Like, yeah, creepy was the word we used. It was
But
very creepy.
I did a little more digging, and I got some access to the site, and I was like, okay, that's what this is. You got my interest, and now I'm gone. I'm not listening. I don't listen to that many podcasts.
I want to listen to more.
You listen to
I listened to Josh Scher and Nicole Hendizada for A Hot Dog is a Sandwich, which is an amazing podcast. Highly recommend if you like care about food or if you just like watching stuff about food.
right, and is that about it? Right.
That's about it. I used to listen to Nick Offerman. I don't know if it was a podcast, but
In bed with
Yes.
Nick and Meg.
Yeah, In Bed with Nick and Meg. Because I love Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally.
I just started listening to that, but my thing is they have guests on, and that's the problem that I have. I don't like a lot of people, so I listen to Conan, and I listen to literally with Rob Lowe, and I don't listen to all theirs because I don't care for the people. And then the other two I listen to is Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby and all,
I do,
and Off the Mats with Dante.
I do have two other ones that I listen to. I listen to Binge Mode Harry Potter,
Ugh.
which is just them talking about both the films and the books.
And the books.
And I listen to Dear Tom and Hank, which is the Vlog Brothers. It's Tom Green and Hank Green,
Oh, okay.
and they're awesome. I love Tom Green.
What's the that really bad actor? He was married to.
Also Tom Green,
Okay, not the same guy.
not the same
Okay.
guy.
I thought that name sounded familiar.
Yeah, it's I've never heard him talk about it, but yeah, Tom Green was the terrible actor that was married to Drew Barrymore, but that's not the Tom Green that I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Anyway, I'm going to jump back to the conversation we never finished because, like I said, it's one of these days.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about skydiving, but why did we start talking about skydiving and all? About my fears and my stupid fucking fears or whatever. Anyway, so I'm not afraid of animals. I'm not afraid of anything like that. My fear, and most of my friends know this, so it's not like me telling them they're going to get me, like make fun of me, because I don't get embarrassed,
No.
and it takes a lot to offend me. And if you offend me in the right way, I enjoy it, I guess.
Yeah,
like
you're not-
if you do it like,
You're not
creatively,
easily offended. You don't take things personally, and you love sarcasm. So like, if something is deeply steeped in sarcasm,
I'll enjoy
and
it. Even
you'll
even
if it completely insults who you are as a person, you'll still like it because it's steeped in sarcasm.
because it's creative. Like if you went all this time or came up with something crafty, kudos to you. Anyway, my fear: helium balloons. Not inside, not in general, not necessarily outside, but them floating away. Borderline kites too. And nothing happened to me as a child. It's my hands get all clammy. I get a knot in my stomach, and it's just me seeing them or thinking about them flying away.
Now, it's really odd because there is like a typical fear that goes with helium balloons.
Well, it's
and
just
that's
balloons.
like the sound that they make. No, it's not just balloons.
I've done research, and if anyone has more information, please write in.
Please let us know.
So the general consensus, the general title category is balloons. Now underneath those, there's these offshoots, but they're so specific that they just categorize it under balloon fear. You got the sound they make. You got them popping. You got them other things. But there's like 0.002% of people out there have a fear of balloons flying away.
Floating away, yeah.
I don't know where it came from. I don't know. It's just what it is. So you can threaten my life. You can punch me, anything. I'm good. You let a helium balloon, I'm done.
If you run towards him outside with a bundle of balloons, that's what's gonna.
I'm gonna get arrested because I'm gonna shoot all the balloons.
That's what's gonna get you. Yeah, you don't care about them popping either. That's what like is weird about it to me. Like it's not an issue of them popping for you.
It's just them going.
It's just them flying away. You get really, really crabby and like neurotic too. Like because the one time.
If someone's outside holding a balloon, I'm like that.
We went to the store.
Tie that shit around that kid's wrist.
We
That's
went to the
blow
store
away.
to get balloons for like somebody in my family, probably like my mom or something like that. Because in my family, for your birthday, you always got flowers and balloons. Everybody.
Not this house.
Not in this house. So we went to go get my mom a balloon, and you freaked out at me in the parking lot. You're like, "You're not holding that tight enough." I'm like. It's
just thinking about it, I'm getting a knot in my stomach.
I remember for one of my birthdays, I don't remember which one, I came home and there was like, you bought me flowers and a present and one butterfly balloon. And first words out of my mouth were like, how did this get here?
And someone was with you when you got home and they were like, so he got you a balloon.
I was like,
they didn't understand.
They did not understand. I don't remember who it was either, but I
know who it was, but I don't feel like talking about him.
But I was just like, oh my God, how did this get to the house?
Yeah. So it was.
I was very impressed with you that day.
It was nerve-wracking. I had a. It was cold. Was it? No, it was your birthday, so it was warm. So I had a coat in the car, I guess. I threw the coat over top of it. so if somehow it got away, it wouldn't blow away. I made sure it was. I tied it like 18 times, or I triple, quadruple knotted it around my wrist, and then I just got in the car and drove home and made sure everything was good. It was nerve-wracking in the car too. It's a terrible experience. Helium is I don't know.
You just can't deal with balloons, babe. It's okay.
When I'm driving around and I see a balloon, even if it's not helium, just like a balloon bouncing on the street, I aim for that fucker. Most of the times they get out of the way. They have like, they're sentient, and they're like, you know what, I don't want to get run over today.
Yes, they're sentient beings. Mostly they just like float to wherever they need to go, but
they float and they kill turtles. We don't want turtles to die.
We don't want turtles to die.
But, so other things, because this is all about my week, evidently. Barnyard Commandos is finally on sale. I'm not going to get the whole set because they got the ones. I don't know if anyone remembers Barnyard Commandos, but it was some weird 90s thing where it was like sheep and rams and all versus pigs in a farmyard. They got like chemical, I don't know. They got mutated and they were just fighting back and forth. So there's an array of them, but they have ones that stand up and they have ones on all fours. I'm just going to get the ones on all fours. They look amazing and they're not that expensive. So I end up getting those, and that came out of nowhere. Next month, it's Battletoads they're releasing toys for. Then it's Earthworm Jim, and then it's Clay Fighter. That Sega game I bought like a couple years ago.
I remember that.
That shitty game that I love so much.
That was so crappy.
And it's the thing I like about it is I think it's stop motion.
Yeah, that's
which
why.
Is awesome.
That's what I figured. I figured you liked it because it was the stop motion.
I'm not buying those. There was like a bubblegum character or something. I might buy one, but I don't really. I like Battletoads, but I don't unless the figures are like amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna get them. Now Earthworm Jim. I've been addicted to Earthworm Jim nonstop lately, and I'm still waiting for that thing in the GoGo or whatever that site is. I never say it right. That should be coming any day soon, where I get like 3 books. But they also, I've said this on, I think on our first podcast. If you like Earthworm Jim, there's a Kickstarter, and it's going to end in like 9 or 10 days, where you can get all his books. Doug Tenapole, and he writes Earthworm Jim. He has a Bigfoot Bill, which almost kind of looks like Earthworm Jim and all, but they're great stories. They're 160 pages, and they're reasonable. So if you like Earthworm Jim, check it out, because they're amazing, and I'm going to be reading them nonstop. We did the brakes and rotors. Fence, we talked about finally getting that installed, but once we get it installed, we're not going to have any friends in the backyard anymore.
It's okay, babe.
I'm going to put in an opossum door.
Okay. In the back?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
It'd
we're not doing...
be like the cat door. Just swing back and forth. Like, hey, there's some friends coming through.
We're not getting the lattice work done right away. So
not right away, but
we still have time.
I'm going to do that myself.
Yeah, we still have time for you to say hi to friends.
Yeah. But yeah, along the lines with the shipment of the comic books coming in, I hate, like, I order stuff all the time. And we had this conversation last week about shipping. But it is so frustrating buying something and not having shipping information for it.
You get very frustrated. But you know, I'm going to bring this to the table for you.
What?
I actually think that you don't need shipping information, because when you have shipping information, you also get overly annoyed, such as they sent it to Pittsburgh. Why? It was in Philly, but they sent it to Pittsburgh. I feel like...
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I feel like you probably do better without the shipping information.
Yes and no. Here's the problem that you're going to find that I have, is when I don't know if something's supposed to be here, every noise I hear outside is them delivering
You're
it
like a dog.
or being stolen. I don't.
You're
look,
like a dog.
I will jump in the window
cases.
and just bark. And I look at our cameras all the time.
Oh my God.
Waiting for that.
It's so irritating coming home and I come into the living room, and what are you doing? You're watching the cameras outside. Mm-hmm. Like those old creepy men in the houses just watching people.
So what? I'm not watching people. I'm waiting for packages. Or if I know you're coming home, I turn that on so I can see when you get there. So when you call me, like, can you help with groceries? I'm already putting my clothes on, like, because I'm sitting there naked, putting my shoes on, and already getting ready. And then of course I tell you I'm not home or whatever like that. But yeah, when you're gone, I put it on to know when you're pulling up.
It's very sweet, but still kind of creepy.
Whatever, I'm going to do it. It's not like I'm going to stop. Once I get it set up on my phone,
you're going to be
over.
A mess.
Okay. So magically, of course, we're at like around 120, like always when it's me and you. Mm-hmm. But one other thing I want to talk about, and it's come up because I'm back in our neighborhood group, because I had deleted my Facebook like 18 times or whatever, and this is my last Facebook. So if it goes away, it goes away for good. But people don't like bugs. People don't like anything. If you're not a person, we kill it. It's fine. And it drives me insane. So people post these pictures on the group, and they're like, here's a bug. Should I kill it? And everyone's like, kill it, step on it, burn it with fire, kill it. Like, it's a bug. Leave it the fuck alone. Like, what? It drives me insane. And this is going to get me to the rant. And people are going to be like, but you're supposed to, blah, blah, blah. Lanternflies. If you know me, you know that I love any animal, any insect. I'm not going to kill anything unless it's attacking me. A mosquito, I'll kill it because it attacks you. Ticks and fleas. I think that's the 3. I don't kill ants. If they're in the house, I will make a trail or put food at the entrance where they're coming in, so that's where they go. I don't kill anything. I'm not going to kill a lanternfly. Yes, they're an invasive species. But who am I? And people are probably like, well, you motherfucker, you're supposed to. Who am I to take a life of something else? Like, it drives me insane. Who's to say I'm not more important than a goddamn bug? It has its own life. It
has a purpose.
And that's why I want to become vegetarian, because I don't like the fact that I have to take a life to survive, but I'm having trouble with that. So whatever. And also going to the store buying that stuff, it takes you out of it. Excuse me. So you're not seeing anything. It's the disconnect. But I can't kill lanternflies. I won't do it. You can do it. It is what it is.
It's a personal judgment thing.
But like, and I said this at the beginning when it first happened. People are now going out and killing these insects. And yes, again, I understand it's an invasive species. It's hurting the environment, all this other stuff. You can kill them. But don't judge me for not killing them. Because it's not who I am. I can't take the life of
something else.
Something like that.
Of something else, yeah.
But you have all these people now who kill them. And now, like the kids, because the kids growing up are going to see it okay to kill innocent things like that. And that's what I'm seeing on these groups. People are like, just kill it. Kill it. Oh, it's a weevil. It's a legitimate water bug, not a cockroach. A water bug. It's something like this. It's a click bug. I love click bugs. They're amazing. Some of them around here get huge. Mm-hmm. But people are like, oh, is that a cockroach? Is that a what? Let me kill it. No, like, it's a harmless insect. Leave it the fuck alone. Yes, the lanternfly is what it is, but it's opening up the gate for you to go around killing anything just because it's an insect.
I feel like people have killed insects forever.
I know. If we have a spider in the house, good. It kills other things.
I agree. I don't kill spiders.
If we have those creepy motherfucking centipedes with the spider legs, the house centipedes, which I've never seen, they didn't have them in Delaware.
They have a ton here.
It's crazy, those things. I don't kill it. I catch it.
I
let it outside. If it comes back in, it comes back in.
That's just indicative of the kind of person you are, though. You respect life to that kind of degree, and that's admirable, and I understand it. But you definitely, I understand.
I know I'm crazy, but here's the thing.
You're not crazy.
Like,
I think it's just not the way that people are taught, and I think that it's hard for you to see. To see what is being put out by people because of spotted lanternflies, because like it becomes so easy to kill.
It gives
insects.
It's go ahead to kill other things.
Yeah.
And it's stupid to me. It's a bug. If it's in your house, don't if I'm at work and there's a bug in the office, they'd kill it.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, stop. I get a cup. I catch it. If it's a moth in there, people are freaking out. I get a cup. I get a piece of paper. I catch it. If it's a wasp, I catch it. If it's everything, I catch it. It's what I do. And it blows my mind. And again, I'm not scared of insects. I know the creepy crawly thing. I can sympathize, but not to kill it. And I've yelled at people.
I know.
If there's a bug and they kill it, I freak the fuck out on them. And they're looking at me like I'm crazy.
I've experienced it. I've experienced you freaking out on me when I kill the bug.
I don't even remember. I've blocked that out, so don't bring it up because I'm going to get mad at you. But yeah, you yell for me anyway to catch the things.
I do. When the centipedes, definitely.
I'm intrigued by those things. They are so.
I hate them, but
evidently they're just called a house centipede.
They're creepy looking.
They got I love them.
They're so creepy.
I also
looking.
love earwigs. Earwigs is maybe my favorite thing. I played with bugs as a kid.
Roly-polies.
The isopods.
Yeah.
The pill bugs,
pill bugs.
which aren't insects.
They're crustaceans.
So,
fun fact: I was watching a video, and the movie A Bug's Life. I don't know if you watched it before, right?
Yeah.
Remember the roly-poly bugs?
Yes.
They didn't speak English, right? They spoke this weird language.
Okay, I don't remember that.
They didn't speak English there in the circus. They spoke a weird language.
Uh-huh.
That's because they're not bugs. They're crustaceans. So nobody understood what they were saying.
I didn't get that.
Because they weren't bugs. They were crustaceans. I'd never thought of it that way, and I think that's such a cool fact.
I didn't know that. But yeah, Now, where did you get that information from? Not
A video online.
No, that they were crustaceans. That
That
I've told you that a million times.
You've told me that,
Okay.
but I've also heard it before that some bugs are considered crustaceans.
I don't know about all that. I know they are.
Yeah, because they have the hard exoskeleton, right?
No, they're just.
They're just
not,
a form of crustacean.
They're just a crustacean. It's
that's
not.
interesting.
It's just their genealogy kind of thing that they're crustaceans, and I think that's all. I think
they
bugs
are.
That is
really.
And
cool.
I was even. You know how many types of pill bugs there are? Remember, I got in that kick for a month that I wanted to have a terrarium full of them, and you can breed them. There's spotted ones. There's clear
not,
ones.
But yes,
they're beautiful. But then you gotta. It's messy. It's messy.
Also,
and then God forbid
if it
breaks,
I will kill you. I will.
Somehow we get them in the house. And Hobbs always finds them. Our cat always finds them and is playing with them on the floor. Of course, they roll into balls.
Yes.
He just runs around the floor, playing with them. And I try to get him before he chews on them. Mm-hmm. But he's our little assassin anyway.
He kills mice. He kills bugs. He kills.
Because if you catch a mouse and you let it go, it finds its way back.
Yeah, it comes back.
You gotta drive 5 miles.
Jesus.
And I have. Numerous times, I gotta, because that's another thing. Killing mice, I hate it. Don't kill.
Mice is such a hard one.
Catch and release. I know they breed
because I worked in the restaurant industry and I know how difficult it is to get rid of mice. So
it's impossible.
It's impossible, and
but I
there's nothing you could do, and the reason is because of that whole if you just let them go, they're gonna come back.
5 miles, take them 5 miles. To the woods.
I know, and I understand. You sympathize with the whole you don't take life, and I respect that. I think that's a admirable quality in you.
But we have officially gone to an hour and a half, so we have broken our non-spoken rule.
Yes. So let's.
But it is crazy how we always
land on an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it's great.
All right. So again, thank you all for listening. We would love to hear from you. Comments, concerns, questions.
Suggestions for topics.
Yeah, clearly we talk about anything and everything. If you can find me on Instagram, it's just DunkleX9. It'll be in the whatever she said it was, the about section, the information section, and the email is shadedcornermedia@gmail. That'll be in there. And some links of things we talked about. So yeah. Let us know how we're doing. Even if you want, give us a review on Apple Podcasts or whatever.
We appreciate any and all.
1 through 5 stars.
We appreciate any and all feedback.
Yeah, not from Marshall or Zedke.
Yeah.
Because I don't need him being a smart ass. But yeah, anyone else, feel free. Send a message, question, just saying hi. Hey, I'm so and so from whatever, and I listen to it, and I don't know why I listen to you, but I do, and we'd love to get to know some of you, or all of you, but
except for Marshall.
Yeah, we know him. So yeah, thank you for listening, and be safe out there.
Yep. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Sometimes when the world is so sunny and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
Pose Grumpy Corner.
Pose Grumpy Corner. All right. So also,
it's a special segment of Shaded Corner. Pose Grumpy Corner. It's like Sesame Street. You have the off.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Offshoots. One of the offshoots is Pose Grumpy Corner.
Yeah, we have Shaded Corner, and the offshoot for me is Trash Corner, and the offshoot for you is Pose Grumpy Corner.
Hilarious.
All right, are we ready?
Yeah. I'm ready.
So I'm gonna hit record this time. Don't throw your phone down real loud so it makes that noise.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because it's live recording.
Oh, okay. No, you're good.
So quiet during the.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You can turn off your mic. All right. 3, 2, Apple.